Morning, students. Today we are going to discuss another literary term, and that is the symbol. The symbol is anything which signifies something else. What does it mean that a symbol is anything which signifies something else, that which denotes, which points out to something else. In this sense, all words are symbols. All words which we write, they are symbols because these words communicate us with meaning, give us meaning. And there is no correlation between the words and the meaning. In literature, symbol is applied only to a word or a set of words that signifies an object or event. In literature, symbol is applied to a word or set of words that signifies an object or event. The words refer to something which suggests a range of reference beyond itself. For example, some symbols are conventional or public. For example, the cross. The cross is a symbol of danger. Similarly, the color red is a symbol of stop, that you have to stop there. And white is the symbol of peace. Similarly, red is also the symbol of energy. It also is energy. And we have other symbols. For example, peacock. Peacock is the symbol of pride. And similarly, the eagle, the bird eagle, it's a symbol of heroic endeavor. And you can see that the rising sun is a symbol of birth. It is a symbol of regeneration. The sun is rising. Similarly, the setting sun is a symbol of death. So these are all conventional ways, conventional phrases, conventional references used for pointing out things. They develop, but some symbols or many poets have used private or personal symbols. They develop these symbols in association with an object or action. Many poets, many writers have used personal or private symbols to point out their feelings. For example, W.B. Yeats used the symbol of swan in his poems. In many of his poems, he used the symbol of swan, the bird swan. The poet compares the carefree life of swans with human beings. And by using that symbol, he wanted to point out the carefree life of the bird, whereas the human being's life is full of tragedies, full of disharmony, full of jealousy and others. And how he pointed out his feelings, you can have the look of that poem, The Wild Swans at Cooley, in which how he feels unwearied still, lover by lover, they paddle in the cold. So the swans' life goes on without any change. Unwearied, they are untired, they are not feeling of tiredness, there is no feeling of tiredness among the bird. Their life goes on uninterruptedly. Companion streams or climb the air. They enjoy their life as as 100 years back. Their hearts have not grown old. Passions or conquests wander, they will attain upon them still. So they have the same patience, same dreams, same actions continually for half a century or more than when they were born. So there is no change in their life, whereas a human being's life is full of changes. There is unevenness. There is no continuity in human being's life. There is a shade of sorrow and happiness. So our sincere happiness are full of sorrows. So there is a shade of sorrow in all human beings' feelings. So the writer points, the uses the personal symbol, the private symbol of swan, to compare the life of human beings with the bird. But some poets have also used symbols to point out their knowledge, their interpretation is the. For example, look at the William Burns poem, Robert Burns poem. Oh, my love is like a red, red rose. The word rose is simply in this line. So some poets, however, use symbols which signifies they mainly generate for themselves. So, for example, Robert Burns have created this symbol for his poems, and he compares the beauty of the heroine of the lady love. He loved my love is like a red, red rose. So here in this line, the rose is used as a symbol. Look at another example of Winthrop, the poet Winthrop, Mackworth lines, and he has used rose as a metaphor. For example, she was our queen, our rose, our star, and then she danced, oh heaven, her dancing. So these poets have used symbols differently. They generate for themselves and then set the reader to a more difficult problem in interpretations. So the readers face a great difficulty in interpreting these symbols because these are private symbols. So we can say that, but in today's in the modern poetry, the poets used they generate such kind of symbols which are very difficult to undertake, which we are difficult to find out the meanings of that term. Conventional symbols are very common. Anyone can understand the meaning of those symbols, but these private or personal symbols create a problem. They have made the poetry more complex in the today's world. So, and as we have seen the free verse, the line, the length is irregular, the symbols are unique, are private. So they pose a great problem to understand, to comprehend the modern poetry. But there is a great beauty in that also. It is the modern poetry is the poetry of mind. The emotions are interlapped, so you have to find out the connectives to explore the meaning of the poem, and in that pursuit to relocate to unlocate the meaning of the symbols become very important. I hope that when we read the poems, I will point out many examples of this kind.